Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in today's show, Taiwan's government is implementing necessary safety measures to prevent the possible spreading of the H7N9 bird flu. In our final report on the topic of palliative care, we look into why it is probably the best choice of treatment for terminally ill patients and family members. And to prepare for the upcoming musical in October, Malaysia's teams are calling on students from various universities to take part. First up, in order to prevent the possible spreading of the H7N9 virus into Taiwan, local residents are asked to avoid direct contact with bird species. Beginning Wednesday, April 10th, the Taipei city government has taken measures to reinforce the Waste Disposal Act, which states that the feeding of animals can be penalized by law. Though there are no currently confirmed reports of H7N9 breakout in Taiwan, as of April 10th, 46 suspected cases were reported, of which 41 were dismissed and 5 are still under investigation. The Central Epidemic Command Center also sent 2 Taiwanese epidemiologists to Shanghai, who upon their return have confirmed that the live poultry market has been closed. However, whether this method is effective in containing the bird flu or not will depend on the number of reported cases after April 15th. So far, there's no evidence of human-to-human transmissions. However, members of the public are to remain alert and pay attention to personal hygiene.
The outbreak of the H7N9 epidemic in China has put Taiwanese health officials on high alert. The Central Epidemic Command Center recently dispatched 2 epidemiologists to Shanghai, and according to their findings, approximately half of the confirmed cases had no evidence of human-to-human transmission. In addition, Shanghai has closed all live poultry markets in the city to curb the spread of the H7N9 virus. Whether it will successfully mitigate the virus, the weeks to follow will be key. The incubation period for H7N9 influenza is 7 days, which means any reported cases after April 16th will be crucial in whether the Shanghai city government has managed to control the flu. If after the 15th there has been a reduction in the reported cases of transmission, it will mean that the virus has been contained. However, if reported cases of transmission continue to rise, then the epidemic prevention which follows will be a tricky task. In response to the avian influenza, Taiwan's health bureaus are working on the development of a vaccination.
Whether the virus strain will be cultured for the vaccine on its own or whether we will obtain a virus strain from the United States or other channels, we will first assess which will be the most efficient way.
With the development of a vaccine and quarantine measures already in place, Taiwan's Health Bureau is on full alert.
Many tourists enjoy feeding pigeons at the square when visiting Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. However, not only has it attracted an increasing flock of pigeons here, the ground is covered with bird excrement.
While pigeons would excrete anywhere, which is a huge problem, this will cause the surrounding environments to be extremely polluted.
With the outbreak of H7N9, direct contact with birds might cost one their health. Since April 10, the Taipei city government has strengthened the ban on the feeding of animals. Those who do not abide by the law will be subject to a minimum fine between 1,200 and 6,000 NT dollars.
We have so far as at March end issued 181 warnings and denounced a total of 9 cases.
Over time, these pigeons are no longer afraid of human contact. Germs may very easily transmit from the pigeon onto your body. For those with weaker immune systems, it can pose a threat to their health.
I was a little concerned, that's why I took my little one away.
Taipei City Environmental Protection Bureau still cautions members of the public that feeding wild bird species is against the law and most importantly for one's own safety.
Moving to Cape Town of South Africa, city volunteers and local volunteers together visited local communities with relief supplies. The volunteers also seized the opportunity to share with residents the joy of selfless giving and encourage them to do good deeds.
Today, Cape Town city volunteers are visiting residents in local communities.
Mitsuchi Foundation, we are looking for helping all people that are sick and so need help or love for everything. We are bringing some meal for you and this blanket because we love you.
Knowing this care recipient has limited mobility, volunteers kindly give the man a massage and remind him to do some exercise.
Oh, you can move. Good, well done. You can move.
Seeing along the way, a volunteer sees the chance to share with residents the happiness of giving.
Don't say you can't do. You just say I can do. You see, believe it. I can do something. You see, I want something. I want to help support somebody.
Through their singing, these volunteers hope to spread Tzu Chi's great love to all corners of society.
In Myanmar, the Burmese celebrates their New Year in mid-April through what is known as the Water Festival. As the festival is just around the corner, city volunteers purchase New Year's gifts and daily necessities to deliver to the doorsteps of their care recipients.
As the Myanmar New Year is just around the corner, members of the public Yangon are busy preparing goods for the festival. To find the best bargain for care recipients, Tzu Chi volunteers carefully consider each purchase. Following the purchase of the supplies, as a way to show their respect to the care recipients, volunteers make sure that each item is packed away neatly.
Every year we put these aid supplies together nicely and neatly. It shows the humanitarian spirit of Tzu Chi and is a way to show our respect to the care recipients.
After the aid supplies are packed up, volunteers then deliver the gifts to the doorsteps of each of their care recipients. Upon receiving the relief items, some have moved to tears, while others put on a dance to thank Tzu Chi.
After I finished my exams, I joined them to hand out these New Year gifts. When I handed out the gifts to the care recipients, I became a person full of blessings. I'm a representative of Tzu Chi. I want to help the less fortunate.
With Tzu Chi volunteers' timely help, these care recipients will surely enjoy a happy new year.
Comprehensive palliative care is not only about giving patients suffering from terminal illness peace of mind and better quality of life in their final days, but it also shares the heavy burden of many family members by giving them support as they accompany their loved ones. The cycle of life is something we hear about every day, but in fact, when it comes to your loved one, it is never easy to let go and bid farewell.
I signed the consent form for no resuscitation because I don't want to see my brother and sister buried in sadness, and I am not willing to put myself through such pain. I'm willing to go through any more painful treatment. Wang Choping, who is in the last stage of lung cancer, signed a palliative agreement and moved into the special care ward. Having seen the many tortures other patients had to go through was a great shock for Wang.
The
patient may be thinking that it is time to go. He is ready to leave the world and that he doesn't want to lie there for so long. Palliative care means you get to end life in peace without any pain. Unlike before, when someone is about to die, medical staff always carry out resuscitation and insert tubes. Palliative care means you don't have to go through that process. On this day, Wang's younger sister brought her granddaughter to visit. Since Wang started receiving palliative care, the family is given a chance to spend quality time together, which is the best form of healing for many.
姐姐在我生命中，她是一个很重要的一个人。
My sister is very important to me in my life. I feel that when I see her, I don't dare to shed any tears. It is really painful. It hurts. What I can do now is to accompany her whenever I can. I really cherish the time with my siblings.
Holding tightly to the Buddhist beads, Wang Chouping has one final wish.
我会跟他讲说，我什么都不要。
I often dream of the Buddha, and I will tell him that I don't want anything. I don't need anything anymore. I just want all this to come to an end, to pass on without enduring any more pain. I want to leave the world peacefully. That is my last wish.
这是一件很困难的事情啊。
It is a really difficult situation. Sometimes it is difficult to put them in words. That's how it feels.
Having to take care of his father and come to terms with the thought of losing a loved one, Mr. Wang is here to not only care for his parent, but also to find an emotional outlet and support.
那我爸爸因为是他生病也蛮久了哈，那就是我们那个子女都在外面工作啊，那尤其是他到癌症的末期。
My father has been sick for quite a while now. Taking care of our parents is of course our responsibility, but to take care of them well is another story, especially now that he is suffering from cancer and is going through a lot of pain. He needs professional care. So after my brothers and I took all that into consideration, we thought bringing him to the pediatric ward was the best thing to do.
The professional care of the nursing staff has helped share Mr. Wang's burden and allowed him to spend more time with his father in his final days of life.
能够减轻家属的一个负担啊，那另外一个也是很重要，就是
Pediatric care helps share the load of family members and can effectively reduce the patient's pain level.
Giving patients the right to make decisions regarding their lives and providing family members with emotional support is the ultimate goal behind palliative care. Letting nature take its course is perhaps the best ending anyone can ask for in their final days. At the Mohammed Said recycling station in Butterworth, Malaysia, 72-year-old recycling volunteer Hu Yuai is committed to recycling work come rain or shine. Hu says it is through recycling that she has gained a healthy body, got rid of her bad temper and improved her relationship with her children.
This is 72-year-old Hu Yuai, who can be found at the recycling station every day, rain or shine.
If I don't do recycling, my life is miserable. Practicing recycling makes me happy, gives me energy and improves my health. I rarely go see a doctor. Sometimes I'll invite other people to join us because it is good for them.
Her children plan to look after Hu at their new house, hoping she could enjoy a comfortable retired life. But instead, Hu chose to stay at her old house, which is closer to the recycling station.
At first, she often had arguments with other volunteers as she was a perfectionist. After listening to Master Zheng Yan's teachings, work willingly, accept the results joyfully and speak kind words, she gradually changed for the better.
Hu's children has also seen how their mother has changed for the better. Before, Hu used to complain about her life. However, after her time at the recycling station, she has learned to be thankful, and her family atmosphere has gradually improved as a result.
My mother used to have a bad temper. She always kept complaining. When we couldn't bear to be with her, we would talk back or go out. Now she is all smiles every day, and she doesn't make a fuss out of everything. Her life has changed for the better.
Hu also had DaAi TV installed in her house to listen to Master Zheng Yan's words of wisdom, and last year she traveled to Taiwan to attend a certification ceremony, committing herself to walking the Bodhisattva path.
When I saw Master Zheng Yan, I couldn't help but cry. I didn't mean to cry that badly, but I was just so moved. After I was certified, I vowed to be a committed recycling volunteer.
Regardless of her age, Hu makes the best use of her life to bring vitality and diversity into her twilight years.
Back to Taiwan, in New Taipei City's Banqiao district, volunteer Zheng Yanlong for the past 7 years has helped clean up the local Tzu Chi grounds each morning. Meanwhile, 108 volunteers from Yilan County travel to the Hualien Jingsi Hall to help turn the building into a shining and sparkling one. Every morning, one can find Zheng Yanlong here at the Banqiao Tzu Chi grounds. For the past 7 years, Zheng has been coming here without fail to do his part in keeping the place and his mind clean.
I remember the words of the Master who said that as we clean our surroundings, we purify our hearts. Ridding our hearts of ignorance, every place can be one of training.
With every stroke of his broom, Zheng also sweeps a bit of dust from his heart. His dedication has in turn slowly influenced many local residents.
People need to move and stay active. Our Tzu Chi organization is one big group. Living here, we are blessed.
While in Yilan, 108 volunteers took an early morning bus ride to the Hualien Jingsi Hall, where they were scheduled to give the building and its grounds a touching up. Following days of rain, the walls and steps are full of moss. Despite their age, these volunteers get things clean in no time. Although at it for a whole day, not one of the volunteers complained, as seeing the Jingsi Hall shine and sparkle is all worth the effort. This coming October, Tzu Chings from the Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter in Malaysia will be holding the musical of the Sutra of Profound Gratitude to Parents. To get more college students to participate, Tzu Chings held a briefing to explain the fundraising process and also pass on the message of filial piety.
Singer-songwriter Yi Jieqi, goodwill ambassador for the Tzu Ching's performance, gives his fans what they came for as he sings few of his most popular songs. He hopes that his performance will encourage more students to take part in the upcoming performance and express filial piety in their lives.
I'm sure that every person in the audience is like me and hopes that one day they make a lot of money that can be used to ensure our parents have a nice place to live, nice clothes to wear, and nice food to eat. This all comes from a filial heart.
It was great to see Yi Jieqi. As well, I learned that the drama group will be having a performance. It sounds great and I would like to participate.
During the event, volunteers also handed up special handmade cookies to the participants as a souvenir of the night.
We are very thankful to Mr. Yo. After hearing that Tzu Chi was having this event, he did his utmost to help us with a lot of things. In addition to other items, he also donated 100 more of his famous cookies.
Because it is Tzu Chi, and Tzu Chi is all about having the right intention.
Thanks to the support of local businesses and the experience of Tzu Chi volunteers, the Tzu Ching's upcoming performance looks set to be a winner.
As this year marks the 15th anniversary of the Rhythms Monthly magazine, a photo exhibition tour, Memoirs of Taiwan, opened on April 10th in New Taipei City and will run until April 23rd. Combining graphics and photography, 138 photos are on display, exhibiting Taiwan's 400 years of rich history, geography, and culture.
As the melodious tune displays Taiwan's rich traditional heritage for all to hear, it also marks the start of the Rhythm's monthly photography exhibition. Cutting the ribbon to open the ceremony, the first ever Rhythm's monthly photography exhibition kicks off here in New Taipei City. Chief editor of the magazine Wang Zhihong takes the lead in introducing Taiwan's legacy to government officials.
It includes everything we have done in the past, also Taiwan's 400 years of history. We have also made a compilation of the images we captured of Taiping Island. We should all embrace each other and continue to pay this love forward.
Amid the sunset, a flock of black-faced spoonbill gather at the Qigu wetlands. The luscious persimmon and wax apple are also products of Taiwan. Moving back in time, the late Qing dynasty, the Japanese colonial era, and the early life of our forefathers are all portrayed here.
Seeing these pictures, you become more familiar with Taiwan's history.
A lot of the photos we see are not what we can find in books, and we get to see a different aspect of Taiwan through these pictures.
Connecting with the land through photography, the two-week exhibition, displaying a total of 138 photos, shows the sheer beauty of Taiwan from all angles, so that we may all learn to cherish our nature and humanity.
In Taiwan's Kaohsiung City, more than 40 students from Wenzhou Ursuline College of Languages visited the local Jingsi Hall. During their visits, Tzu Chi volunteers explained to these students of Tzu Chi's missions and inspired them to look at life from a different perspective.
Walking inside the Jingsi Hall in Kaohsiung City, today students from Wenzhou Ursuline College of Languages are here to learn more about Tzu Chi.
The Tzu Chi spirit means that as long as you have a giving heart, you can help others. If everyone has a compassionate heart, the spirit of great love will exist everywhere. Tzu Chi's spirit has no boundary between race or faith.
After a quick introduction by their teacher, Tzu Chi volunteers give the students a tour to help them better understand Tzu Chi's philosophy.
Now I know that I need to cherish and be more forgiving because there are many other people around the globe that are less fortunate than me, so I shouldn't feel upset or hurt myself when I face a problem.
For most of these students from the Department of International Affairs, this is their first time visiting the Jingsi Hall. Thanks to the trip, many realize that there are plentiful resources that can be reused in their daily lives.
I never thought that plastic bottles could be turned into clothing that is so soft. It is truly amazing.
Thanks to their trip to the Kaohsiung Jingsi Hall, these students not only go home with more knowledge on recycling, but also leave spiritually enriched.
In the United States, the Tzu Chi U.S. headquarters has been invited to take part in the 2013 Taiwan Night to be held on April 16th at the Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California. In preparation of the event, Tzu Chi volunteers are practicing a special formation in line with their drumming performance. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.